What's up everyone? So first of all, welcome to this week's video. We're going to be starting up a new series I really am excited for, solo strats. But before the video starts, I just want to give a quick shout out to a recent subscriber, Vuki. I really hope that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butcher it. And then speaking of subscribers, I have over 3,000 of you guys watching my videos, yet less than 5% of you guys are subscribed. So if you're watching this and you aren't subscribed yet, consider subscribing for weekly content. But anyways, let's get into this video. So we're going to be going over the basement strat first. You can either do mute or smoke. I'd say pick mute if no one goes bandit or cade, and otherwise if they do pick bandit or cade, go ahead and play smoke. So I'd say the two most important places to reinforce would either be garage or these hatches up here. And you know, if someone's going to go reinforce garage, then go ahead and get the hatches. And I'll get into some other places as it goes on. I personally like open up this wall because if you know about the trick that Thermite can do on Oregon, he can actually place it on a soft wall near to the hatch and it will actually still blow up the hatch. So it might be a good idea to bust open that soft wall by it. And then moving on, some good place to put barbed wire would probably be on stairs, right where I just put it in that doorway. And a part of the strat, a really important part of the strat, is open up that little soft wall right there. And then I'd say put your other barbed wire over there so that you know if anyone's coming up behind you, because we're actually going to be holding pretty much this angle right around here. And so if you look, I'm going to be using the SMG-11. You can look right through these barrels and you can actually get a long line of sights all the way past to garage. So first of all, if they somehow get garage open, you know, maybe bandit just went off and they had a thatcher, or the bandit tricking didn't work, you know, you can actually see out past garage through this little line of sights. It's super powerful. And yeah, some other things that you might want to keep in mind depending on just the situation that you're in. It might be helpful to open up a rotate hole right here so you can actually watch that doorway. And also if anyone pushes in from stairs, you know, comes along, then you also have a line of sights on them just to your right, just west of you, from if you're holding that angle from the barrels. And of course, if they don't push up that way, then they'll come in through connector, and you're watching connector mainly. So, you know, you'll be able to see that thing happening. Another good idea that I actually like to do more is I just open up a hole where I can just casually check stairs every once in a while. Something I was actually gonna, like I was mentioning before, is just you know, moving your barbed wire from this doorway over to the stairs might be helpful. It all just depends on reading your teammates and seeing where they're playing. You know, if someone's holding that doorway on the north side, then it might be smart to keep the barbed wire over on stairs. And of course, you know, you can play deploy shield as well. You might want to put it right behind you when you're holding the barrels if you don't really want to do barbed wire. But I definitely say do barbed wire. And if someone else on the team, you know, gets reinforcements on hatches and garage door, it might be helpful to actually get that soft wall north of the barrels that you're going to hold to cut off long line of sights. Overall, just keep checking around you, keep hold of angles that you've noticed that people are holding. And yeah, let's get on to the next one. Alright guys, moving on to a little bit tougher place to hold on Chalet is definitely games room. I've had a really nice time actually playing the strategy that I'm going to show you guys right here for if you're solo stratting or solo queuing. And real quick, shout out to Sergeant Doggo for helping me out with this piece. I'm going to show you guys a really cool angle that you can hold to basically stop anyone from coming in on library. So you're going to be playing Mozzie. Mute also works, but I personally just think Mozzie is better. You're going to want to open up this hatch so that you can watch through the hatch. A good idea is placing some Mozzie pests where you're seeing me place them now. I actually made a tips and trick video showing off this trick right there. And yeah, Sergeant Doggo over there. And then you're going to want to reinforce this area. Mainly just, again, to cut off long lines of sights from if they're on those east balconies over by office. And so we're just doing that right here. And lastly, you're going to want to open up part of this window over here. And then if you can, you might as well just shoot a Mozzie pest right over there by the doorway, because we know people are going to, you know, probably drone out there. Anyways, this is a super cool angle. It's where they're coming up the ladder. You can hear them. And you just have this insane angle where they won't be able to shoot back at you because they won't have their gun out because the ladder. And you're just going to be able to hold that angle. And so if they come up there, they won't make it that far. But anyways, that's the main hold. you know, make sure to keep watch of hatch and just watch default plant and whatnot, and rotate back side if you need to. Alright, let's move on. Alright, yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to this kitchen side over here. And I recommend playing Alibi. If you don't have Alibi, maybe go for another operator, maybe Pulse, Valkyrie, who can get info for you guys. Legion maybe. You know, feel free to pay attention to the loadout. If you want to learn even more about how to play Alibi, actually, I've made a video on her recently. Feel free to check it out. It'll be in the info card. But moving on from that, let's go ahead and cover trophy and kitchen room. So one great thing is having this rotate hole here. It's pretty nice. It also can create some nice sites for how we're going to be talking about. I'm just talking about here is ping stuff that you guys can reinforce. That wall that you just saw, the one on ping, or get the hatch. It all just kind of depends on the playstyle, or also, you know, assuming that your teammates are going to be reinforced. In the how to play Alibi video, I talk about roaming Alibi and then anchoring Alibi. If you're going to go roam, I'd say, you know, pay attention to second floor library or bedroom. Sorry about the cars in the background, by the way, guys. But if you're going to anchor, here's some nice spots for your alibis. I like having one by the dining table over here by the opening window to try and think that you're spawn peeking. And then lastly, over here in trophy by the very popular window that people push from. And of course, pay attention to how the enemies are attacking. Get used to their strategies. And let's just go on here. I personally love holding a dining room table. I'll go actually prone. And the reason why I have this alibi is to hopefully throw off people pushing in from that southwest side doorway. You can also have a long angle over into trophy through that rotate hole that we made earlier. But I like holding this angle behind the dining table. And hopefully, if not, you know, they'll shoot the alibi. And if I'm somewhere else, I can, you know, move up. Like, for example, if I was holding dining table and I saw them get pinged and they drop back, you know, I could push up, hopefully catch them off guard and whatnot. Moving on to why this alibi over here in trophy is pretty good. Like I mentioned, it covers that window. Another thing is if they're pushing up from second floor around bedroom and office, you know, they're going to be wanting to check where they're coming down, and hopefully they'll think that your Prisma is, you know, a real person. They'll shoot it, get tagged, they'll either drop back or maybe someone's playing close to that area. Another thing about this trophy room Prisma is it can cover that other window. Maybe save one of your impacts if you wanted to open up this hatch right there, so that if you need to, you can drop down, move around, and whatnot. One big thing that I do want to mention while you're playing Alibi, feel free to move around. Don't just get caught up too much in playing just one area. You know, if things are going bad in trophy, maybe rotate a little bit closer to trophy. If they're in kitchen, go to kitchen. If not, maybe you need to go make a flank to people who are up on second floor, maybe on the hatch and stuff. Yeah, don't be afraid to move your prismas as well if you have time. Hopefully your timing's good as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for kitchen. Hopefully you guys like that. And let's move on to this last one, the second floor bedroom and office hold. Alright, lastly, let's go ahead and get into this bedroom hold and office hold on the second floor. I personally think Cav is probably the best. Feel free not to use laser sight. It can give away your position, especially as a roamer. So just keep that in mind. But like I said, I really recommend Kavira. If not, Vigil's also a really good roamer. So there's not too much prep that you really need to put into this area. Maybe have a rotate here to like that bathroom. Cut off a long line of sights. The one that I'm reinforcing right now is actually a pretty good one because it stops them from the big doorway in that window over on the north balcony. One other rotate hole that you can put rotates in between the bomb sites. It puts a little opening in the bomb sites. Hopefully I'll get to it right here, I believe. Yep, there we go. That's a little good thing. One thing to think about with that rotate hole right there, though, is that it does create a long line of sights. Now, going on to how to play this bomb site more. Obviously, as Kavira, you're a roamer. If you want to learn how to play Kavira, again, I also made a video on that. Feel free to watch it. I actually have some insane plays showing how the strategy that I'm going to show you right now has worked out for me and playing Kavira over in that how to play Kavira video. So if you need even more proof, you know, feel free to check it out. But yeah, so basically holding right here has been a pretty good idea. Again, like I said, the laser sight could throw things off. It could give away your position. So just keep that in mind. But yes, I have noticed that a lot of people, when you're in the second floor bomb site, they like to push from library for some reason. But say maybe you pick off some people, get an Intero. Over here in library, you probably are going to want to move around. One thing that I think about is, if I got that Intero over here in library, then I'm going to rotate down because maybe someone on the attack wanted to flank me from games room because it's somewhat close. And it's a different angle of approach concerning the attackers. Now you can either rotate even further through going through the main, or right here, I messed up a little bit because I got way too close and I'm playing with laser sight. But you can rotate down through basement over here and figure out your own way to get all the way over to around kitchen area. Maybe catch some people off guard on your way there. Maybe if anyone's in kitchen, you can play down here, catch them off guard. If not, maybe your teammates aren't really holding a sight too well. You'll maybe have to rotate back. Yeah, nothing too crazy though. Just pay attention to your teammates, how they're playing, and try and hold library down because it seems like a good amount of people like pushing from there. If not, I'd say kitchen is a pretty important place to hold as well when defending the second floor, or this little bathroom area that I just got in. Yeah, there's various things that you can do on this. I really hope you guys are liking this series idea. I'm gonna be keeping it up. I'm sorry that some of my content has been a little bit inconsistent all over the place. But nonetheless, I hope you guys are enjoying these weekly uploads every Friday. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what more to say besides thank you for everything you guys do. Go ahead and try out this. Oh yeah, one last thing before the video ends is if you think there's better ways to play Chalet or things that you've noticed while doing these strategies, feel free to comment it down below. We'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.